Hello and welcome to Bath High School for tonight's Western Buckeye League matchup between the Elida Bulldogs and the Bath Wildcats. I'm Nate Garlock alongside Jack McGuire. And Jack, this is a game that I think at the beginning of the season, not a lot of people circled as a big game in conference play. But these two teams playing really well right now, only one conference loss apiece. This is a big matchup as far as conference standings go.
And that might even put it a little lightly. These two are vying for a top 3 position in this league. And I got to tell you, it's a quality matchup between these two.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Depending on how games play out tonight, the winner of tonight's game will actually be tied for second in the Western Buckeye League. As we are underway, Zory Island with the first three-point shot of the way. It's going to be rebounded by Parker Krim, as we should have a good matchup underneath with Parker Krim and Jaden Ryan tonight.
And it's going to be size on size. You got Jaden Ryan with the height, and you got Parker Krim with the pure size. Bulky, stocky. Those two are going to be going at it on the boards tonight.
There's Amari Wash into the lane. Hangs that one up, no good. Rebound ends up in the hands of Bath. Take a look at the starting lineups for the Elida Bulldogs. They're going to start number 0, Zory Island. Number 2, Parker Krim. Number 3, Marcus Hill. Number 4, Amari Wash. And number 23, Evan Jackson. Three-point try is no good. Elida comes up with the rebound. They're going to push it up ahead. Here's Marcus Hill to lay it in for the first 2 of the game.
And that transition is going to be key. Elida really good on the boards thanks to Parker Krim. A lot of transition buckets will have an opportunity to convert.
Tonight's starting lineup for the Bath Wildcats. Coach White is going to start number 2, Logan Markley. Number 4, Daniel Cole. Number 13, Jackson Foster. Number 14, Zach Welsh. And number 21, Jaden Ryan. As you see back-to-back turnovers, one by each team, and the basketball is going to end up back in the hands of the Bath Wildcats.
And don't tell me this one don't matter. You got Zach Welsh already diving into the Elida bench to try and salvage that one for the Wildcats.
Zach Welsh is going to inbound it for the Wildcats. This offense really seemed to take off and kind of get a little bit more solidified once Zach Welsh was inserted into the starting lineup and became the primary ball handler for the Wildcats, as they have gotten off to a good start here as we get to about the halfway point of January. That up and under, no good. Zory Island's going to spin, lost it, but gathered it back in and got it in high off the glass.
What a move. No fear on that one. Knows his skill set, going right to the cup. Good move to get just enough opening to convert that one.
Logan Markley with the basketball. He is having an excellent season, as is Jackson Foster, who has the ball now. So Wildcats move it around the perimeter. Well, works through the screen, drops it off to Ryan. Three-pointer coming from the corner. That one's going to be short. Jaden Ryan comes up with the offensive rebound.
And that's what you're going to want to see out of him going against Parker Krim. It's all about position for him. Maybe he doesn't have the strength, but he does have the length.
Elida doing a nice job of keeping Bath out of the inside right now, as Parker Krim with his second deflection, but Bath comes up with it. Great find underneath as Jackson Foster gets the first 2 points for the Bath Wildcats.
And that's someone who's going to need to get going. The perimeter defense of Elida is a suffocating one. Logan Markley, obviously the leading scorer for Bath. Jackson Foster is going to need to find his rhythm early so he can help out.
Here's Hill with the basketball. Working against Daniel Cole, he gets rid of it. There, gets it over in the hands of Amari Wash. Zory looking to drive, takes the contact, falling away, but he's actually going to get whistled for the travel. He was trying to get the foul call, but the official right there saying no, took those extra steps, and it's going to be another turnover for the Bulldogs.
Might have had an argument there, but these officials saying, you two, you've got the rivalry, and it's a good one this year, so we're going to let you play a little bit this time.
See Elida come out with a little bit of pressure here. Markley has to get rid of it. Long pass down to Ryan, who's left all alone. He lost it, gathered it back in, was able to get it up. Marcus Hill, though, right there as he gets the foul. And the official coming over to, I think, had to tell the coaches, better get Zory under control a little bit before he picks up a technical.
It's an emotional one, but I think Jaden just caught himself a little bit. He knew how open he was, maybe thought about maybe a quick, easy 2 or even a dunk on that one. Lost it, but able to get the foul. See if he can't convert 2 here.
First free throw on its way. This one is no good. Our free throws tonight are brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Limeville, Walpock, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where homestyle happens here. Second free throw up. This one is good. Marcus Hill was whistled for that foul. It's his first. Jaden Ryan goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line.
And like we said, that position down low, Parker Krim has doubled his offensive rebounds compared to his defensive rebounds. Already has one today. Bath trying to suffocate him down low, though.
Great move by Parker Krim. He was triple teamed when he lost that basketball, but Hustle got it back. And then nice job, heads-up play as he let the defender fly by. Got that in for his first 2 of the night.
That's something you're going to want to see. You need Parker Krim to finish those close-range buckets. For a guy who gets so many offensive rebounds, who only shoots 53%.
Great find underneath. Jackson Foster running the floor beautifully as he gets found for the layup underneath.
You like to see that early incorporation, getting him his early looks, getting him that confidence, because early this year, he didn't quite have it.
Nice answer by Elida up underneath.
And Elida, that guard play, it's ferocious. Those two guys, Zori Island and Amari Wash, can do so much damage.
4 different Bulldogs have scored here in the quarter. They're looking to push here. Zori, though, lost the handle and looks like he lost his footing, hit the floor hard, but looks like he's going to be okay, thankfully.
Yeah, he looks like he's a little tweaked up. It looks like he's got quite the stinger going there, but Amari Wash on that steal, he averages 1.6 a game. Him and Zori Island combined average 4 a game, so keep an eye out on that. They got active hands, they know how to jump the passing lanes and get this transition game going quick.
Brody Altenbach has checked into the game for the first time tonight for Elida. As the officials getting some floor cleanup duty done. As one of the players for Bath showing his versatility.
Much appreciated floor duty, much appreciated.
3:51 left to go here in the opening quarter. Elida on top, 8-5. Bath looking inbound the basketball and working against this Elida pressure. Wash all over Zach Welsh. Welsh has to pick up his dribble. Bath's going to want to hurry. They're going to get close to this 10-second call as Markley just gets it over in time.
As I said, suffocating perimeter defense by these Elida guards. They know how to get in your face and they know how to stay with you. It's going to take a lot for Markley to try and find a good, clean look today.
Great find underneath. Here's Markley. A couple of different head fakes as he gets it in. The basketball touched the floor one time on that possession for Bath as they relied on their passing to get that one done. Zori Island comes down quick. He gets challenged, can't get that one to go down.
On that Markley bucket, asking you shall receive, talking about he's going to need to go to work. And he did, just staying confident, staying patient down low, and able to force that one up and in.
Coach White calling in some instructions from the bench as the offense gets set.
And Daniel Cole, who just had the ball, he's going to be somebody you need to keep an eye on. A sharpshooter from outside.
Markley went into the lane. And they're going to call jump ball as Markley went in. Parker Krim came over and met him. The officials are going to say jump ball initially, but they're going to get together, see if they get this call right. If they do, I believe Bath had the possession arrow, so they will keep possession. And we'll see as I've seen this a lot more here, especially this year. You see the officials get together a lot more often, and I like seeing that as the call is going to stay. It is a jump ball. Possession arrow did favor the Wildcats. Welsh inbounds it into Ryan. Ryan waiting for Hawkins as Dagan Hawkins has checked in a couple of turns ago. Welsh is able to get Evan Jackson to leave his feet, so he went to drive. He gets fouled for his trouble, and he's going to make a trip to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line.
The aggressiveness of this Elida defense is what they're predicated on, and it's good and bad. They live and die by it. They can get steals and get out in transition, or they can get the foul, and that time able to get them to leave their feet on the fake, giving him a driving lane to get to the line.
Zach Welsh not able to connect on his first free throw. He'll have a second. That foul was on Parker Krim. It was his first, just the team's second of the quarter. Welsh's second free throw on its way, and that one rattles down. Both teams have spread the wealth scoring well, as each team has 4 different players in the scoring column so far here tonight. And we are all tied at 8. Wash Waiting for the screen to come. Works around to the right. Little hesitation. Going to step back. Three-pointer on its way. Bounces twice off the rim. And we're going to have a whistle on the rebound. And I believe that is going to go on maybe Ryan.
Yep, looks like Jaden Ryan. And that's what you're going to run into when you're going against Parker Krim. It's bully ball down there when you got Parker Krim down there. And that's just what comes with the territory.
Yeah, Parker Krim is a lot to handle down there. Fresh off of his latest Division I football offer, as the University of Illinois just offered him a scholarship he announced on X. Congratulations to him. And
absolutely.
We've been able to spend some time with Parker Krim on WOSN. Great kid. He's going to have a lot more offers coming his way, that's for sure.
It's a kid it's easy to root for sure.
Here's Altenbach with the basketball right around the logo. Has to drop it down to Krim. Nice step, but they're going to say foul. It's going to be a charge, as they're going to say that Krim actually wrapped around. The foul is on, I think initially the official threw up 21, but it's actually going to go on Krim, which is going to be his second, so he's going to take a seat. Marcus Hill checking back into the game.
And kudos to Jaden Ryan, just staying steady, keeping his feet planted, and just letting the game come to him, doing his job. And now Parker Krim taking a seat.
So we'll see now if Bath tries to make a more conscious effort to get to the rim without Parker Krim there to protect the lane. Here's Hawkins with the basketball. Drops it off to Foster. Foster guarded by Wash. Has to get rid of it.
And if I'm Jaden Ryan, I'm trying to get to that block and trying to call for that ball.
Markley has to pick up his dribble. Long cross-court pass ends up into the hands of Hawkins. Hawkins thought about the three for a second, then tried a little slip pass into Ryan, but Elida does a nice job getting their hands in the lane, but they take it right back. Hand off to Foster, but Evan Jackson gets it back.
What active hands by these two squads. We saw it in the first minute, and we're seeing it in the last minute of this first quarter. These guys don't want to give each other anything, and those active hands are going to make this one a fun one down the stretch, I'm sure.
Final 50 seconds of the quarter. Amari Wash with the basketball, working against Foster. Nice move as he gets into the lane. The floater bounces around a few times, but no good, as Wash went to get to the rebound, but Markley right there to take that contact, and Amari Wash is going to pick up his first foul.
I'll tell you what, these two schools, they've always been the rivals to each other. It's always been Bath and Elida, even when I was a kid. And they are showing and bringing that livelihood of that rivalry back with this game. The physicality, the defensive effort, the aggressiveness, it's all there for such a quality matchup in the WBL.
Baylor Altenbach has checked into the game for Elida, as has Daniel Cole for Bath. 35 seconds left to go. We'll see if Bath wants to try to hold for the last shot. As they're going to move the ball around the perimeter. Be surprised not to see them trying to go inside. Immediately, there they go. Markley trying to post up in the lane. He's going to pull up for two. That one's going to be no good. This one's going to get poked out of bounds. Last touch by Bath.
And I like Markley using his size. He's a big kid too. He's getting into the lane. He knows where he needs to be. He's second on this team in rebounds. And that time, just tried to rise up over the smaller defenders. Couldn't get it to go.
All tied at 8. 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Mario Wash with the basketball. Altenbach going to hand it off to Island. Island working against Welsh. Changes direction, spins, shoots. No good. 5 seconds left to go. Hawkins going to have to get rid of it or shoot. And we're going to have a double dribble, as I think Hawkins just couldn't quite decide where he wanted to go with the basketball. Got himself a little mixed up. And with 2.7 seconds left to go, Elida will have a chance for a last shot.
And once again, the handles trying to get them open looks for the Bulldogs.
Altenbach going to trigger the inbound, looking for someone to come open. Gonna have to get rid of it. Gets it over to Island. Island going to go quickly across midcourt, pulls up, shot on its way, and just off the mark. The first quarter, fast-paced action, not a lot of scoring, but the defensive has shined as we go to the second, tied at 8. We'll step aside and be back on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's scoreboard sponsors Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years, with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. Our three-point sponsor for tonight is Wapakoneta Ford. Wapakoneta Ford, view our new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. And our premier sponsor for Elida tonight is John's Doctor DDS. John's Doctor DDS providing dental care for high school sports fans. Welcome back to Bath High School. Nate Garlock alongside Jack McGuire underway here in the second. As that first quarter, we saw a lot of really fast-paced action up and down the floor. Not a lot of scoring, but we saw some very active defenses.
It's fun, though, isn't it? In a day and age where basketball's all about offense, it's nice to see a defensive battle.
Amari Walsh using that speed to get himself into the lane. That is not an easy shot, as he was able to get himself under control to get that one to go down.
And spinning on a dime, too. So fast, able to get open and get it up and in.
Now Bath with their first possession here of the quarter. Find themselves down two. They were trying to find a cutting Jackson Foster just off the mark on that pass as it goes out of bounds and back to Elida.
The opportunities are there. You just got to get these jitters out. They both know that both teams are not going to give an inch defensively, so you just got to make sure that you're taking care of the basketball both ways.
Amari Walsh with the basketball one more time. Nice little hesitation move, but Foster able to rip that one away. And then he wasn't quite sure what to do with it. Looked like at the last second he thought about trying to bounce it off of Amari Walsh. Amari Walsh with a heads-up play, able to put it in. Here comes Elida on another steal. Walsh gonna drive, drops it down to Hill. Hill can't get that one to go down, and he's gonna be fouled.
What an explosive start to this quarter by the Bulldogs. And Amari Walsh fueling that one. You can see in his body language, you can see in his face that he wants this game. He wants to break this one open, and he is commanding it early in the second.
Marcus Hill makes his first trip to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. Not able to connect on the first. He'll have one more as we see Jaden Ryan checking back into the game for Bath.
And Parker Krim's still on the bench, so Bath, while you have these guards that are very quick for Elida on the offensive end, you're definitely going to want to take an opportunity of that size.
You see the officials sending both teams back to their bench as they're going to work on some things on the floor here. They're not quite sure what's going on. So as they get that taken care of, we'll step aside. We'll be back on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's free throw sponsors, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. The floor has been taken care of. We are back underway as Marcus Hill lines up his second free throw. That one's going to be no good as well. Offensive rebound into the hands of Evan Jackson. Going to get back over to Hill as Elida will reset. Walsh going to pull up for three. That one's good as he connects on a Wapakoneta three-pointer. That is the first one of the game.
And if you look up in the dictionary the words take and command, you're going to see Amari Walsh right there, at least for this second quarter. He is on another level compared to that opening period.
Great cleanup by Jackson Foster as he took the offensive rebound, able to get that back in. He'll come down quickly. Going to be a little short on that one. Here comes Markley. He's going to take on Island, splits the defense, can't get it to go down. But Marcus Hill, I believe, is going to get whistled for that foul. It'll be his second.
And I like the aggressiveness of Markley. He's got Hill in his pocket literally the entire way up the court, and he knows what he's going to do. He's going right to the cup, and that's what you want. When you go to the cup, you're going to get the bucket or you're going to get the foul, and Markley knew what he had.
Logan Markley steps to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line for the first time tonight as he misses on his first. And another substitution coming in as Jonathan Payne will check in for the first time tonight.
75% free throw shooter for Markley, so a decent one at that.
Markley lines up his second shot. It's on its way. This one is good. 15-11, 6 minutes left to go before halftime. Amari Walsh with the basketball, gets it over to Payne. Payne waiting for Island to come around.
And great rotation by Bath, not wanting to let them get anything.
Great find by Amari Walsh as he was able to hit a cutting Jackson for 2. Amari Walsh has 7 points so far here in this quarter and assisted on the other one as Elida has gone out to a 6-point lead.
And that's what you want. Drive, kick, and then find the penetration, find the cutter, get you a bucket. And for Amari Walsh, get you an assist. You already got plenty buckets so far.
Welsh with the basketball down in the corner, being guarded by Altenbach. Going to try to feed Foster on the inside. He has to get rid of it. Payne there to take it away. Great defense by the Bulldogs on that possession. Here's Altenbach down in the corner. Three's on its way. That one's going to be no good. Ryan fights for the rebound, able to get it.
Great box out by Ryan. Great box out, able to use his size there.
Coach White wants Bath to slow things down. Hawkins brings it up the floor as he gets it back. Welsh down in the corner. Zori Island vacated on the ball fake, but Zach Welsh not able to take advantage as Elida comes up with the rebound.
And if you're Bath, you need to try and weather the storm. Elida with all the momentum, all the energy right now.
Payne into the lane, looking for somewhere to go with it. Had to get rid of it as we're going to have a 3-second call. As Payne, I think, just kind of got caught a little bit in no man's land, wasn't quite sure where to go with the basketball. And fortunately for Bath, it was going to lead to a turnover.
That's a big break cut for the Wildcats on that one.
Welsh just going to walk it up a little bit behind Markley there, letting him clear the way for him. Hawkins looking to go to the inside as Markley is working to try to get himself some positioning. They finally have to vacate. Foster looks to cut. Now he's going to be down on the block. Working against Wash. Pulls up for 2 as he gets it to go down. Jackson Foster doing the heavy lifting on the offensive side for Bath. He now has 8.
Bath knows their bread and butter is Markley, but they've been actively trying to get Foster going. Worked early, hasn't been working the last few times, but there he's able to get the bucket and get back on the board.
Zori Island nowhere to go, ends up taking that and throwing that off of a Bath player out of bounds, allowed the offense to reset. So Zori having another conversation with the officials down there, and now we're ready to go. Island gets it into Altenbach, up to Payne. Back to Zori, Zori for 3. That one's gonna be no good. Markley comes up with the rebound. You can tell right now that Elida is missing that presence of Parker Krim on the offensive rebounds.
Absolutely, and Jaden Ryan's taking advantage. Jackson Foster's taking advantage, cleaning up those boards while they can, trying to make this game as close as possible and keeping it that way.
Here's Markley on the inside. Great spin move to the basket as he gets 2.
And such a quick step, too.
Elida comes back down quickly as this one is going to get rejected out of bounds. It will stay with the Bulldogs as Elida never hesitating off of those made baskets. They are trying to get down quickly in transition.
And for Elida, that's what you want. You want those transition buckets. You know you've got speed. You know you've got the hands to jump the passing lanes. But Bath, it's the little things. Jackson Foster getting back, swatting that one out of bounds that keep this thing alive and keep this battle going.
Amari Wash with the basketballs. Elida slowing things down a bit here. This is where they have struggled the most so far this season. In transition, they are one of the best teams in Northwest Ohio. But when they have to settle down here in this half-court offense, it at times has not been pretty. But they got a pretty good look that time out of Evan Jackson. He just couldn't connect.
And you got to think, you got to take positivity out of that. You got your open look. You know that it can happen. You know that it can work. And they'll just start falling eventually.
2:40 left to go. Hawkins looking to drive with the left hand. No good. As Zori Island does a nice job of getting that loose ball, gathering in for Elida. Gonna pull up from the free throw line. Island connects for 2. Just the 4th point for Zori Island.
Typically averages nearly 14 a game, so we saw Amari Wash go on his little run. You got to think Zori wants to start getting his.
As Markley works through the double team, long cross-court pass, but Amari Wash comes out of nowhere to steal that one and save it. And we are going to have a timeout. Great save by Coach Howard as they want to keep that possession We got a timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well and be back on WOSA. Welcome back. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. 2:05 left to go. Elida takes the timeout to maintain the possession. We'll see what Coach Howard draws up here.
If you're Elida, you've got to take solace in the fact that, yes, it's a 4-point game. Yes, you have the lead. But you're doing this without Parker Krim. His presence is always felt. He can start the transition. He can get you second chance opportunities. He's taken a seat for most of this first half.
Missouri Island speeds up, uses the left hand, does a great job of making sure his body protects anybody from coming over to maybe trying to get a piece of that one. And he gets it up as he has back-to-back baskets now here towards the end of the second.
He averages 14, Wash averages 15. Like I said, they're both trying to get theirs early.
Jaden Ryan does a great job of backing down Evan Jackson. Can't get it to go, but Jackson Foster, as we've seen him do several different times, able to follow that shot and get the offensive rebound to go back in.
And back to Jaden Ryan. We mentioned how Elida in their half court, finding opportunities. They actually got an open look. Jaden Ryan, stay aggressive on that block. When you have the mismatch, take it. Keep going at him.
Jackson Foster now with 10, leads all scorers here in the first half as that one is rejected. Dagan Hawkins closes the distance quickly and able to get a piece of Brody Altenbach's three-point attempt. Basketball will stay with Elida, but some of that momentum feels like it's going back towards the Wildcats.
And it's that defense. It's this game, both squads predicated on defense, from rotation, transition, rebounding, all of it. And there, Hawkins just going up to make sure that one wasn't going to go down.
Final minute of the first half. Jonathan Payne with the basketball. Finds Altenbach, gets it right back to him. Elida trying to find him some space here against this man-to-man defensive Bath. Amari Walsh uses that speed and quickness. Hawkins yet again. Great positioning, hands straight up. Really nowhere for Walsh to go as Hawkins gets another block shot, but he was out of bounds as he touched that one on the way down, so Elida once again will maintain possession.
Hawkins just saying challenge accepted to whoever wants some.
35 seconds left to go as Island's going to pull this one back, as it looks like Elida now is going to be satisfied with letting the clock just kind of wind down, looking to take the last shot of the half. Welsh comes out to guard him. Cesori has to get rid of it.
And really close to that court line.
Trying to use his speed there to create a little bit of space. Zach Welsh able to stay with it. Welsh guards Zori quickly, and that's going to draw a whistle. Zach Welsh is going to pick up his first foul. That was going to be on the floor, though.
And that's a good foul. They have him to give. So let Elida reset one more time.
8.5 seconds left to go. Jonathan Payne going to trigger the inbound. Daniel Cole will guard it. He gets it into Amari Walsh. Walsh looking to go. You got to respect the speed. He loses the basketball, gathered it back in. Evan Jackson there to put it up, and that one is going to be no good. We are heading to the locker room. We got a good one on our hands here. Elida on top, 21-17. We'll step aside and be back on WOSA. Welcome back to Bath High School. Third quarter action just about underway. Our scoreboard tonight is brought to you by Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years, with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. And John Stockton DDS is tonight's premier sponsor for the Elida Bulldogs. John Stockton DDS is providing dental care for high school sports fans. I'm Nate Garlock alongside Jack McGuire. Jack, you know, it was a first quarter, or a first half, excuse me, wasn't always the prettiest, but it was fast-paced, it was action-packed, and you can tell that both teams want this game here tonight.
That's all you can ask for when you have a game of this magnitude this early. and both teams stepping up and making sure that it's worth every person's ticket tonight.
Welsh for three. This one's going to be no good, as Zori Island's going to come up with that offensive rebound. Both teams start this half just like they started this game. As Island has some time to line up that three-pointer. That one's no good. Hill with a third opportunity for Elida. That one's no good, and is going to go out of bounds back to the Wildcats. And for Elida on the floor right now, you got Zori Island, Parker Krim, Marcus Hill, Amari Wash, and Evan Jackson. For the Bath Wildcats, it's Logan Markley, Daniel Cole, Jackson Foster, Zach Welsh, and Jaden Ryan.
And you see Parker Krim back on the floor, and yet that possession, 2 offensive rebounds to Elida, neither to him. So I guess he's going to need to get his rhythm on the boards, having sat out all that first half, all that first half.
Maybe a little bit rusty, picked up 2 early fouls, sat out most of the first half. Elida still was able to be in control for most of the first 2 quarters as they had the lead, 21-17. Hawkins with the basketball, drops it over to Foster. Foster finds Markley underneath. Up and under for Markley. Maybe Parker Krim gets a piece of that one as it ends up back in the hands of Elida.
And once again, good defense by Elida. Just using that baseline as another defender. Parker Krim making his presence felt and letting Logan Markley take a somewhat awkward shot on the reverse.
So they are trying to get it to the inside to Parker Krim. The Bath doing a nice job. They are playing him straight up, but then they're bringing help over the top. So if they try to lob it in there, there is a Bath defender that is there to try to take it away.
And it's a double mismatch. You got Jackson on Krim and then Jaden Ryan on Zori Island.
Marcus Hill has just been a little bit off here tonight. Couldn't connect on that one. Zori Island got caught in no man's land as he was up in the air, had to get rid of it. It's going to be a turnover. Here comes Bath. Zach Welsh with the basketball. Gets it down to Foster. Foster finds Ryan underneath. Here comes the double team. Evan Jackson came up or over to help. Welsh, though, just plays the baseline perfectly, but can't get that one to go down. Jaden Ryan with the offensive rebound and gets it in for 2.
And that's what you want to see. He was even out of position, a little bit away from the basket, running to that ball, making sure he at least gets a hand on it, able to corral it, put it back up and in.
Jaden Ryan with just 3 points as Zori Island with the jump stop, able to get that one to go down for 2 more. Zori Island now with 8.
And Zori Island knows his spots. He's going to find his plenty.
Foster wraparound pass to Markley. Markley a couple of head fakes. Can't get that one to go down. Zori Island with the rebound. He's going to push the tempo. Behind the back dribble, gets cut off by 3 Bath defenders. Has to go somewhere with it. And they are going to call a travel, and that's the right call. I know Elida fans are going to say there was a lot of contact, but honestly, it was the Bath players that were holding Zori Island up.
And the refs have set that script. We know there's going to be a lot of contact, and they have stayed consistent with it. So, like you said, right call there. Maybe not the favorite one, but gives it back to Bath.
Speaking of the officials, got to give a little shout out to them. It is Officials Appreciation Week for the OHSAA this week. So nice thing that they do to give some recognition to all the officials throughout the state of Ohio. I know they're, depending on who you are and what team you play for, there might be this love-hate relationship with the officials. But I'll tell you what, these guys are dedicated, and without them, these games don't get played. So we want to say thank you to all the officials out there tonight.
It's all love in the end, and even when you're screaming at them, it's still all love.
Welsh hands this one off to Ryan. A little bit of a weave action up top as the ball ends up in the hands of Hawkins. Hawkins has to work against Krim. Krim, though, wasn't quick getting back down, so Ryan was open, but the double team came, and they're going to say 3 seconds as Jaden Ryan really had nowhere to go. Once Parker Krim stuck his hand in there, he was kind of tied up, and it's going to lead to another turnover for the Wildcats.
Perfect by Elida. Jaden Ryan's had a habit in this game of bringing the ball down, whether it's off the dribble or just in general, and Elida on the double team, keeping him from even bringing it up, trapping him, and able to force the 3 second.
Zori Island coming off the screen, 3-point try, no good. Evan Jackson with the offensive rebound, gets it out to Wash. Wash working against Wells. Gonna pull it down, back into the hands of Island. Zori, couple of dribbles, pulls up from the free throw line, and good.
And he's finding his. I told you he would, no matter what.
Jaden Ryan worked behind that defense, and I'm not sure if he lost the handle or what, but that hesitation might have cost Bath as Marcus Hill comes back on the other end, gets it to go down as Elida has pushed their lead out to 27-19. Momentum in favor of the Bulldogs. We got a timeout on the floor. We'll step aside and be back on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Bath took the timeout as they didn't want this lead to grow any larger as they needed to regroup. Here comes Markley into attack mode, able to go right at Evan Jackson and gets that in for two.
And he knows when he needs to take over. He's done it many times this year already, and I think he's starting to sense that right now.
Brody Altenbach has come back into the game for the Bulldogs. We're going to have a foul call. This one is going to go against Zach Welsh as he was guarding Zori Island. Let's see Bath trying to do a little bit of uptick on that defensive pressure. It's going to cause Zach Welsh to have to take a seat as Daniel Cole's checking back into the game for Bath.
And if there's anyone you're going to do it, it's Zori Island. He's the one that's now starting to take control. Amari Wash had his early little run, but that was to kind of set the tone. Zori's the one that's really making sure this one stays out of reach.
Here's Wash going against three Bath defenders. No good, but Parker Curran right there to clean it up as he gets his second basket of the night.
That's who you want to see on the boards. That's who we did not see on the boards due to his foul trouble, and it makes you wonder if he'll get his name called a lot more.
Great find by Logan Markley as he gets that into the hands of Jaden Ryan. And Jaden Ryan somehow was able to get just enough of that off as it goes in for two. 29-23, Bath takes the full timeout. We'll step aside as well and be back on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Our premier sponsor for Elida tonight is John's Doctor DDS. John's Doctor DDS is providing dental care for high school sports fans. So Bath takes the timeout as they are down 6, 2:30 left to go here in the third. Mari Wash with the basketball. Steps back, three on its way. That one rattles out, no good. Rebound, as it looked like it might have been an offensive rebound for Elida, but Elida ends up with it. Daniel Cole, step back three. That one's going to be off the mark.
That's someone who's not found his rhythm yet. He's been on and off the bench, a couple fouls here and there, but that's somebody who you would not mind getting going from outside.
Mari Wash loses the handle. Bath ends up with it. Markley for three. That one's good. Logan Markley connects on the wall bucket at a three-pointer.
And we know Elida for their transition game, but the last two possessions, Bath really taking a hold on it. And a perfect no-look by Jackson Foster there to keep Logan Markley open.
Prim going to work down low. Jaden Ryan holding his ground, though.
And that's the battle you want. That's the battle we wanted to see.
Ian Hawkins with the basketball. Gets into the hands of Markley. Markley looking for somewhere to go with it. Bath just down three. Hawkins back over to Markley. Markley going to try the three again. That one's going to be no good. Evan Jackson tracks down the rebound.
We had another wide open look. That one just not going down that time, but he shoots that one at a 37%, almost 38% pace. So if he can keep getting looks like that, he's one of them that can get hot real quick.
Neither team shooting very well from behind the arc. Only one made three apiece so far in this one. Mari Wash runs baseline, has it rejected. Parker Krim with it, has that one rejected.
What outstanding defense by Bath, not giving an inch. And then look at Jaden Ryan taking the charge at half court. That kid's getting his mojo going on the defensive end.
That is what you call a frustration foul as Brody Altenbach saw it coming, decided, you know what, I'm not going to try to avoid this collision. took it head on. Jaden Ryan does a nice job of making sure that he doesn't accidentally pick up the defensive foul, as Altenbach picked up his first of the night. He's going to take a seat.
And you don't see very many second chance blocks, but Bath on the other end having that exactly. Jaden Ryan with the first one. I believe it was Jackson Foster on the next one, making sure no chance that ball goes in.
Bath with the basketball. 30 seconds left to go here in the quarter, down 3. And that is going to go back to Elida. Last touched by Daniel Cole, and we're going to have a technical, as Zori Island has been doing a lot of talking, and you could tell he said something to Daniel Cole after that one went out of bounds, and the official saw it, called it right away.
They want a physical game. They don't want a disrespectful one. They know that they're allowing them to be physical, but you can't let the emotion overtake that. So I appreciate the officials kind of making sure everything stays in check. Maybe it was just a little undertone, just a little mention here from Zori, but making sure this one stays in control.
So that is the second foul of the night for Zori, as Jackson Foster lines up the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw, and he connects.
And this is not the momentum swing you want for Elida. You don't want to give Bath an opportunity like this.
One more free throw coming, and then Bath will get the ball back. Foster not able to connect on that one.
Well, if you're Bath, take solace. You only need a 2 to tie this one up now. Baby steps. The little things matter.
It's a big mental mistake for Elida, though, as they had just gotten it back on the turnover, but because of the technical, Bath gets the free throw. They get the ball back. As the inbounds comes into the hands of Logan Markley. Markley guarded by Jackson. 25 seconds left to go. Markley gets it across half court. Has to cut it off. Kicks it down into the corner. Hawkins works against Island, looking for the screen. Decides to pull it back out instead of forcing the issue. 10 seconds left to go. Markley taking a little bit of a glance there at the scoreboard, seeing where the time's at. Markley for 3. That one's going to be no good. Rebound down to Elida, and then it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulldogs. As I imagine we're going to get a little bit of time back on the clock, and the officials are going to say no, and a quarter. So a lot going on there in that last minute, but the third quarter comes to a close as Elida, they still have the lead, but the momentum seems to be on the side of the Wildcats. We'll step aside and we'll be back on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's scoreboard is brought to you by Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years, with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. Our 3-point sponsor for tonight is Walpaw Canetta Ford. Walpaw Canetta Ford, view our new and pre-owned inventory at walpawcanettaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Walpaw Canetta. Elida begins the fourth quarter with the basketball. I'm Nate Garlock alongside Jack McGuire, as Elida went on a nice run to open up a decent lead there in the third quarter. Bath able to fight back, as it is now just a 2-point deficit.
And a unique start here. Parker Krim's out there for Elida. Jaden Ryan starting on the bench, technically at the scorer's box, trying to get a little rest because I think Coach White wants him down the stretch to go up against Krim.
Bath out in the zone right now, just trying to keep things from going to the inside. Krim still got it. Here's Hill going baseline. As a defensive miscue there on that defense led to Marcus Hill being able to go baseline. He gets it up and in, and he is going to make a trip to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line.
And that's what you want. You want to just get to the cup, no matter what. It can be drive or it can be cut into the basket. And that time he gets to the cup. Bath late getting over to him, clips him on the hip, gets the and one to start this one.
Hill's free throw on its way. That one is no good. Offensive rebound comes down to Parker Krim, though, going to work through multiple defenders. Can't get that one to go down.
And that's who we're going to see on the boards. It's a given, Parker Krim. But I mentioned early in this game, we want to see if he can get those putbacks to go. And so far, he's not able to go on that one.
Hawkins gets rid of it. Here's Ryan, hands it off to Foster. Foster, deep three on its way in, good. Jackson Foster connects on a wall puck and a three-pointer as he has been quiet here in the second half, but a big basket to make this a one-point game.
And there was a confidence to that shot, too, just knowing he had just enough space to get it up.
Amari Wash, change of directions multiple times, leads to an open look at two. Amari Wash has been equally as quiet as that is his first basket here in the second half.
And we have not, like you said, heard much from him. It's been mainly Zori Island. But if you can get both of them trading baskets or at least one of them to take over in this fourth, you're going to have a good shot for Elida.
Foster drives into the lane, and we're going to have a block as Parker Krim, not very frustrated very often, but he looked like he was there. And you know, you understand the frustration as Parker Krim felt like he was there in plenty of time as that foul goes on him.
And it's only his third. You understand the frustration, but you want to make sure you're going to try and keep a level head here. It's a close enough game that you know they just teed up Zori Island, and they can absolutely do it to you too. So Parker Krim, totally understand the frustration there. Putting his body on the line just didn't go his way.
Gotta give Jackson Foster a lot of credit on that play as he pulled up, stopped his momentum to make sure that he didn't go barreling into Parker Krim. It didn't look like there was a ton of contact. I think it was more anticipatory contact that Parker Krim felt or at least thought was coming as Jackson Foster lines up this first free throw.
Absolutely. And kudos to him. As big a body he is, he can absolutely challenge you in any way, but that time he saw the train was coming, decided to step in front of it, but caught the wrong end of it.
Jackson Foster connects on his first Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw. Second one on its way. That one's going to be no good. Ryan there for the rebound, has it taken away as Marcus Hill was there, and we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to favor back.
And I tell you what, credit that to Jaden Ryan, able to get on those boards amongst 3 or 4 Bulldogs, including Parker Krim, and pull that one out.
Hawkins got to go somewhere with it, has to get rid of it, and that is going to be a 5-second call. So Bath had the call go their way, but couldn't inbound it in time, and Elida is going to get it right back.
And credit Elida, just staying in the face of every person out there. When you got an extra defender, use it. And that time they're able to get the ball back.
Evan Jackson with the basketball over in the hands of Hill. Amari Wash going to come out and get it. Under 6 left to go in this one. 2-point game. Island looking to drive, pulls up from the elbow. That one goes. A dagger shot by Zori Island.
And then a glance back at the Bath bench, too. He wants this one. This one's becoming a battle.
Amari Wash with the steal. Step back 3. That one's no good. Evan Jackson tips it back, and then it is going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Jackson Foster.
And that's best case scenario for Bath. Just the ball didn't go in the basket. Yes, it's still in the hands of Elida right now, possession arrow, but you just want to make sure you're keeping yourself alive.
Zori Island going to inbound it for Elida. Amari Wash gets it, hands it right back. As Elida now going to slow things down. 35-31, Bulldogs on top. Amari thought about the three-pointer, decided against it. Island, same thing. This time, a little bit of hesitation, change the direction, extra pass, ends up back in the hands of Island.
What impressive rotation by Bath.
This time, Zori not able to connect on that one, and we're going to have a foul as this one is going to go against Daniel Cole, maybe? And we'll see as, no, it's actually going to go on Jackson Foster. So we have a foul on Jackson Foster. Basketball will stay with Elida.
Kids, that's why they teach you to box out. A great box out by Evan Jackson there, drawing the foul on Jackson Foster.
Long inbound. Evan Jackson goes back to gather it in. He's going to pass it off to Amari Wash. Wash gets it over to Hill. They're looking inside the Krim, trying to keep it around the perimeter.
And if you're Elida, It's not the worst idea. You don't want to play to lose, but eating a bit of that clock can definitely go in your favor.
Graham working hard down there. Here's Hill working against Ryan. No good. Parker comes across the lane, grabs it, passes it back out to Wash. Wash takes some contact, gets it up and in.
What power by Wash there. Able to take the contact and flip it up and in, really. Lost the ball midair and is still able to convert.
Elida on a little bit of a run here, pushed their lead back out to 6. They're on top 37-31. 4 minutes left to go in this one. Hawkins with the basketball, working against Jackson. He's up down in the corner in the hands of Cole. Cole looking to get free. Gets double teamed by Island and Krim. As Coach White's going to have to take the timeout. Didn't want to risk the turnover. So we'll have a timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well and be back on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Our three-point sponsor for tonight is Walpock-Canetta Ford. Walpock-Canetta Ford, view our new and pre-owned inventory at walpockcannettaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Walpock-Canetta. 4 minutes left to go here at Bath High School. I'm Nate Garlock alongside Jack McGuire. Elida with the 37-31 lead, but Bath with the basketball.
I'll tell you what, someone that may not be getting full credit he deserves right now is Marcus Hill. He has been what I like to call a pesky defender. He's the one you're seeing get on his man three-quarter, if not full length of the court, and just gluing to their hip.
Looking to go inside. Here's Jaden Ryan. Nice spin. And he was able to keep his dribble, but he's going to get fouled by Island, as this will be, I believe, the third, and it is on Zori Island.
And kudos, Jaden Ryan got his look on the block. Just met those active hands of Elida there.
Just the second team foul. Daniel Cole for three. He connects on the Walpock-Canetta three-pointer, and that is a big one for Bath.
Absolutely, and he leads this team in three-point percentage at 40%. So that's someone, if he's going to get going, you want it right now in the final 3 minutes of this game.
And that is the first points for Daniel Cole tonight. They came in a big spot to make this a one-possession game. As that ball was knocked out of bounds, it'll stay with the Bulldogs. Zach Welsh coming back into the game as Daniel Cole will take a seat. Island takes the handoff, works with the left hand, pulls up. That shot's going to be off the mark. Krim comes up with the offensive rebound, and we're going to have a foul as this is going to go on. That is going to go on Jaden Ryan. Jaden Ryan and Dagan Hawkins were both there, and I wasn't sure who they were going to whistle that one on.
That's what the defense has been today. When somebody gets the rebound or the ball, it's usually about two people on the ball.
Here comes Hill, great job, and then Ryan comes over and meets him, and that is a clean block. I know Marcus Hill not happy about it, but that was a great job by Jaden Ryan to come over and meet him at the height of that shot. And that ultimately is going to end up leading to Bath taking over possession.
Jaden Ryan having a great game tonight. It may not show up on the stat sheet, but his hustle, his effort, his defensive prowess, his rebounding, all phenomenal today.
Foster into the lane. Great move, gets that one up, no good. It's going to be tipped back. Amari Wash, look at that hustle. Amari Wash using his speed to finish at the basket, and he's going to get the and one opportunity.
If you want to finish a game, that's how you do it. You take advantage of when the ball goes your way, and Amari Wash said, get out the way, this one's mine, and he gets the foul to boot. This may be what Elida needs to push this one over the top.
It is going to be a very rare occurrence that anytime Amari Wash is on the field, or on the court, that he won't be the best athlete on the court. And you saw why right there, as that was nothing but pure speed and athleticism to let him get that ball in that basket. It's not able to connect on the and one, though. Extra opportunity here for Elida. Marcus Hill gets it and gets it back to Zori Island, who's going to slow things down for Elida.
And that's what Elida wants. They got a 5-point game, 2.5 minutes. Why not slow it down? Take care of the ball.
Island with a little bit of the hesitation move. Kicks it back out. Here's Wash. Wash back out to Island. Elida right now just trying to eat up some clock.
Perfect ball movement, getting it inside, then getting it back out to bleed that clock.
Approaching the 2-minute mark here in this one. 5-point game. Wash, not real sure that he knew what he was trying to do.
I thought it was a pass at first, and then it went in.
He just kind of went down the floor, gave a little shrug like, well, it worked. As they are able to extend this lead out to 7, and then they get the turnover. Island gathers it back up. Nice Euro step. Can't get that one to go. Parker Krim there for the offensive rebound. He's going to put it up with the left hand and in. Great run by Elida, and we're going to have a timeout on the floor. It is going to be a full timeout. We'll take it as well. We'll be back on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Bath with the basketball, down 9. They're going to have to hurry things up a little bit because they're going to need possessions. Here's Daniel Cole with the basketball, working against Island. Island right up in Cole. He has to get rid of it. They'll lob it down to the inside. Here's Markley working against Jackson. Spins towards the basket. Gets this one up. Rattles around. No good. Ryan, second opportunity. That one's no good. Parker Krim able to tip this one away as Marcus Hill gets it. Marcus Hill just splitting defenders right now. Back into the hands of Zori Island. He's going to try to dribble around, and he eventually is going to be fouled. This will be the 5th team foul, so Zori Island is going to go to the free throw line. Tonight's free throw sponsors, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Walpole, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. And for a moment there, maybe it looked like Zori had lost a contact potentially, but looks like everybody's going to be okay with what's going on. He's going to step up to the free throw line.
You mentioned coming out of the timeout, Bath needing to hurry up. It's hard pressed to do that against such a suffocating defense like Elida. And that time they're able to get the ball back, and now it's looking like it may be a free throw game down the stretch.
13 points on the night so far for Zori Island. He lines up his second free throw. Make it 14 on the night. Under a minute left to go in this one. Elida with the 11-point lead. Hand off to Foster as they're going to say he was, no, excuse me. I thought they were going to say his foot was on the midline. But Coach White actually got a timeout. So it's going to be a full timeout. We'll take it as well. We'll be back on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Scoreboard tonight is brought to you by Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. 45 seconds left to go in this one. Turnaround jumper as Daniel Cole can't connect on there. As underneath the basket, a little bit of a scrum there. It gets knocked down, and it is going to stay with the Wildcats.
Sending it off Marcus Hill. A little laugh by everybody.
Welch comes over, takes the basketball. They're going to have to start taking some shots here. 30 seconds left to go. Markley's going to pull up for 3. That one's going to be no good. Marcus Hill with the rebound. Bath is going to foul, but with 26.7 seconds left to go and an 11-point lead, you got to think that all but sealed it for the Bulldogs.
And on a night where you don't have much of Parker Krim, he does come in handy late in this game, but it was Amari Wash, Zori Island, as usual, putting this team on their back and making sure this one stays just out of reach.
So Marcus Hill steps up to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line to shoot 2. First shot on its way, and it is good. Marcus Hill's had a nice night tonight. Now 7 points. We've seen him make some big defensive stops as well.
Just pesky, like I said, always in somebody's hip.
1 for 2 on that free throw line trip. Jackson Foster going to come up quickly. Gets it down to Cole. Cole for 3. That one's going to be off the mark. Zori Island comes up with the rebound. And that is going to just about do it. Island going to dribble it around. Marcus Hill gets it. Dribbles through some defenders. 8 seconds left to go. Bath is not going to foul. And Elida is going to come away with a huge Western Buckeye League victory. Elida at times, it didn't always look pretty, but it ended up being effective in the end.
When you have a defensive struggle like this, I was saying it off and on all game, it's the little wins, it's the active hands, and even the deflections. Maybe you don't get the rebound, maybe you don't get a clean pass, but the little things went a long way for Elida, able to come up with a massive Western Buckeye League win.
By the time everybody is watching this broadcast, the Defiance-Shawnee game will have gone final. As of now, it looks like Defiance is going to win that game, which means there will be only one undefeated team left in the WBL. That will be the Defiance Bulldogs, and then you'll have Elida and Shawnee just below them with 1 loss. This is a huge win for Elida when it comes to that conference position.
And the Western Buckeye League shaping out not to be some little checkers game. It is a chess match. Like you said, Defiance and Shawnee going at it. Even these 2 teams going at it. Bath still in a position to finish upper half, middle of the pack, or even make a run. But this Western Buckeye League is a fun one this year. Like you mentioned pregame, when we thought maybe these 2 teams wouldn't quite be in the mix.
Coach Howard has done a fantastic job with this Elida team. They opened up, and their first 5 games were absolutely brutal. It couldn't have been a tougher stretch of games for them to begin the new era with a new head coach and trying to get their feet underneath them and get going. They start 1-4. With a new head coach, you start 1-4. This could have easily snowballed on them, and it could have spiraled the entire season. But instead, they rallied, they continued believing, they continued to play hard. They are now 8-1 since that 1-4 start. This is an Elida Bulldog team that is playing very inspired basketball and is looking better and better as the season goes on.
It's about knowing what you have and your players buying in. Like you said, first year head coach. After a start like that, if you have players buy into their responsibilities, Parker Krim on the boards, big man, you're getting the boards and you're either kicking it out or you're putting it back up. And knowing that your 2 best players are your 2 best players on offense and defense on the perimeter. Set the tone, meet at half court, and then get your buckets on the offensive end, however it may be. Knowing what you have and making sure they can still buy in after such a rocky start. Kudos to Elida and that coaching staff.
So that is just going to about wrap it up for us here at Bath High School. I'd like to thank our crew tonight. It's a crew of 1. Megan Sherrick working the cameras, setting everything up for us. You know, we give Megan a hard time, and, you know, it's usually pretty well deserved, but we got to give her a lot of credit. You know, we get to do the easy job, Jack. We come here, we watch basketball games, we get to just talk about what we see. All the behind-the-scenes stuff is so much more complicated than anything that we do, and we couldn't appreciate what you guys do for us. So, Megan, thank you. We appreciate all your hard work tonight. One final time from Bath High School, the Elida Bulldogs knock off the Bath Wildcats in conference play as they come away with the 46-34 victory. For Jack McGuire, I'm Nate Garlock. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great night, everybody.